As a lot of us artists know, it all starts with a doodle. But in this case, it was more of a joke. A deal I made with my peer and roommate. We agreed over a simple whiteboard drawing that if I did a study abroad in Australia, that she would do one the following semester in Italy. And before I know it, I'm skydiving at 14,000 feet in Brisbane, Australia. Thanks to the help of KCAI's exchange program, I finally had an excuse to do so many things I never would have considered. So currently, I find myself in Hobart, Tasmania, the capital of the island state just south of the Australian mainland. Where the weather is between 30 and 80 degrees all year round, Hobart is a very clean city and a stunning natural setting. With weekend markets and bustling transit, it's an easy city to get used to. Of course, just because the University of Tasmania is on an island separate from the mainland of Australia doesn't mean it's isolated. Over the last 4 months of this semester, I visited the Whitsunday Islands in Queensland, where a fellow exchange student and I were on mid-semester break, where we managed to snorkel and scuba dive in the Great Barrier Reef, sea kayak to one of the most gorgeous natural islands, and take in some of Australia's most beautiful coves. After Whitsunday, we traveled to Brisbane for a taste of the city and some real adrenaline by jumping out of a plane. By far, one of the coolest things I've ever done, and the most amazing views of the coastline before landing on the beach. We made a weekend excursion to Sydney where I climbed the famous Sydney Harbour Bridge, and we saw a symphony at the Sydney Opera House that night. I'm sure you're wondering where all my schooling fits into all of this, and it's right here. The University of Tasmania, or UTAS for short. Because this school is significantly bigger than KCAI, it's an extremely diverse student body and has lots of classes to select from. My cinema criticism and contemporary representations of gender classes have literally blown my mind, not only because of the curriculum, but because my teachers are brimming with expertise. Aside from liberal arts, I've taken sculpture to continue studies for my chosen studio major. UTAS has a beautiful Center for the Arts building in the city, a short bus ride from the main campus, with all of the space, light, and facilities you could ever need. And speaking of art, Tasmania is home to the largest private art collection in the Southern Hemisphere, the Museum of Old and New Art, or MONA for short. This relatively new museum is a ferry's ride from the center of Hobart and by far the best modern art collection I've seen in person. And the best part is, it's free for students. Free for students is a valuable concept that we cannot forget. Some people wait their whole lives to live in another country to snorkel or scuba dive or skydive, but the title of student we get a free pass with. A reason to explore and learn things you could never foresee in a doodle. So really, when it comes to study abroad, what have you got to lose?